Today is day 17 of the daily tutorial, and I already did a little bit of work, and I used a gray pencil to add some more grays to the background, and for this I used my Bruinzeel design pencil. It's a light gold gray. I'm not sure if this color is still available because I have an old set of 100 colors, and Bruinzeel doesn't sell the large set anymore. It currently sells a set of 48. I am using my Bruinzeel pencils because I do not have the complete set of Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils, and I was looking for a light gray but not too light, and I just felt that the grays that I do own in the Polychromos set really do not do the trick very well, but this one, the light gold gray, does. Now what I just did was adding some gray with a very light touch, just like this, and I added it in the areas where the warm tones come together with the cooler tones. I also toned down some warmer areas, because the yellows and the reds tend to come forward, and that is okay, but I think the leaves and the branches and the flowers should have all the attention in the end. So this is just what I have been doing, just with a light touch. Now I also feel that the leaves need some more warmth to the color in order to pop out of the drawing a little bit more. Now this is a tricky thing to do, but I'm doing it with a dark cadmium orange. This is the Polychromos again, and I tested it a little bit already. I just started here in the darker spots and then just add a little bit of orange, of warmth to that leaf. I do not cover the complete leaf. This warmth is meant to trick the eye, so that your eyes think that the leaf is close to you, or closer to you than the background. Now this is really tricky, so be very careful. Just start with placing tiny dots on the paper, just a little bit. If I put too much of this orange in the leaf, I will need to restore the balance in the colors, And I can do that by adding more color, more layers of green, and if I don't want to do that, then I would have to erase some of the orange, but then I would also erase other colors. So I'm very careful with this. I'm not sure if you can see the effect on the camera. The weather is changing all the time, so the one moment there is sunshine in the video, and the other moment it is raining. So now I feel that the branches also need a little bit of warmth, so I'm using this same dark cadmium orange to add a little bit of orange to it. I will not put it on the top of the branch, because I want to suggest that there is sunlight, and if you look at an object where the sun is shining on, you will always see some spots that are almost entirely white, colorless. The highlight of the sun. Now I already put color on the branch, so I won't put any much more on the top of the branch, because that would lessen the effect of sunshine. It's all very subtle. So let's take a look. I think those branches can have a little bit more warmth, but the orange is a little bit light, so I'm using now this one, the middle cadmium red, to see if we can add a little bit more warmth. Now I hope you can see the difference between the two branches, because the one I just colored, the one I just colored a little bit red, is more prominent than the other one. So I will put this red on the other one as well. So you can use colors for many different effects. For example, this red pencil, I could use it because I want to color something red. Now in this case, I really don't want the branch to look that red. I just want to make it look more prominent, more in the forefront. And that is what a red color can do for you. Yeah, I like this much better. Now I will do a little bit more work on the flowers. Normally I try to record these videos in one track, but this time I fell ill. I got the flu. So this video is a compilation of several recordings, and I just did some work on the flowers because the hearts of the flowers need a little bit more color. I did some work here already and over here as well. So I will show you in this flower what I did. I am using a brown ochre, and because the light comes from this direction, I will make the top left part of this flower a little bit darker, because there won't be any light, sunshine in that area. So just scribble a little bit, and then I use a dark cadmium yellow to pull the darker side and the lighter side together, just like this. And I'll do the same with this flower. So this looks good. Now I will try to add a little bit more yellow to the hearts of the flowers. Just a little bit more color. By the way, this was a light cadmium yellow. Now there is one more thing I would love to do, and that is to add a little bit of shadow to the flowers, because the heart of the flowers will put a little bit of shadow on the petals, and I already added a little bit of shadow, as you can see over here. But I think I could do a little bit more to make it more show like a shadow. Now the question is, which colors am I using for the shading, because normally I mostly choose the cooler tones, but in this case I think a warmer tone will do better. So I will now choose, I will go for this one, Caput Mortuum Violet. I pronounce it now Caput Mortuum like I would pronounce it when I would sing a song in Latin. I sing a lot. I have no idea how you would pronounce this. Look, so this is a dark reddish color. And I think this works better than a blue or a gray. Let's see. I can always add a cooler tone if needed. Look, that's much better. So, you know, if you set rules for yourself, coloring rules like shadows always need to be drawn with a cooler tone, there are always situations when that rule doesn't work. This is one of such situations. There are also a lot of artists who do not make the distinction between cooler tones and warmer tones when coloring shadows. So, but for some reason I adopted it as one of the rules. Well, I think we need a little bit more darkness over here. So let's take a look. Okay, this looks much better. I hope you can see that this these shadows are giving the illusion that there is distance between the petals. I like it. Now the light comes from this direction, so you would say no shadows over here, but I will draw a little bit of shadow because I think it will make the flower look better. And maybe there is a little bit of shadow. It depends on how these petals are shaped and how much distance there is between the petals. I am planning on doing a tutorial about how shading can tell you something about the distance between objects. So let's do another one. Now I could add a little bit more detail in the petals of the flowers, but I will be very careful with this. This is a rose carmine, because as I told you, I tend to put too much color on a petal. So the only thing I will do now is just add some strikes of pink. Just a little bit. This may look a little bit like, I'm not sure if you see the difference, but in the end I think this will, the details will make the difference eventually. All these tiny details combined with each other, they make the drawing. Sometimes just a touch of color can do the trick. So now let's step back and see. Well, I think we are pretty done. I think we are finished. So now the only thing I need to do is to put my signature on it. So here it is with the signature. The signature didn't work really well because it turns out that the pigment liner I picked doesn't hold very well on the colored pencil. I should have picked a thicker pen, but who cares? So this is the end result. Now I do not have the right size of this thing. I don't know how you call this in English. I have to look for it. We call it passepartout, and so I would use a passepartout when I frame it, and then it would look like this. Now I hope you liked the tutorial, and for sure there will be more tutorials, but I will I think I will record them first and start posting them once I'm almost done with the recordings, because now you had to be patient once in a while, because I couldn't make it to post a video every day. But anyway, I hope to see you soon, and happy coloring. Bye bye.